episode of American Detour. This mess behind us used to be BARBRA, our 355 powered square body. After jumping it 4 different times, we're tired of it catching it 5 or 6 different times. We decided to tear it apart completely to the frame and start rebuilding it back up.
We want to fire twice.
Twice.
We're hooking up the new aluminum radiator. It's about done. Okay, we got nitrous now. It's a sniper nitrous kit made by Holly. You got tank in the back, and then it comes up, and it's a wet kit, so it injects fuel and nitrous at the same time. That way you aren't as likely to melt your stuff down. So this is a fuel solenoid. So after the arming switch is hit, and I hit the go fast switch, it turns that dude on. So it's got fuel supply that goes and feeds underneath the carburetor, and then the nitrous solenoid's over here, and when you hit that same switch, it sends nitrous underneath the carburetor, and then wah. And then you can like change the nozzles and sizes to get more powers. I only got a 50 shot in it right now. So you got the power wire coming in, and then it jumps from fuse to fuse so that they all are key on powers, well switched on powers. And then you got your ignition, transmission cooler, and engine cooling fan. Need to double check the timing so that we can use the nitrous, and then need to figure out why the transmission's not shifting out of first. But it'll do 45 in first gear. I don't know what that's about.
How much is it off by?
Like that much. So now it's timed. I wonder if my tack was working. I just hooked it up correctly. Damn it. Why the hell doesn't it work now?
Mason, what are you most looking forward to doing in this truck?
Jumping it and hitting the nitrous. I'm gonna make a dirt pile and we can jump this thing in a little bit. It's really sketchy. It body rolls super bad. Invasion of the cocks are coming. It's in the barn.
That sounded like your freaking chicken, dude.
We're about to use nitrous for the first time. It's only in first gear, and it's gonna make the RPMs a lot more, and the transmission could like explode from all the RPMs, but it's okay. That's not a factory cut hole there. It's pretty thin over here.
Just leave it. We'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll run. We're about to jump Barbara over just a little baby hill, but we might make it bigger depending on how the next few minutes go. We're gonna hit it slow and then a little faster and then full send. So we'll see how she goes.
How are you feeling right now?
Feeling pretty good. Pretty excited.
Are you scared?
Nah. All right, showtime.
Don't die.
Ah. Holy dude, that is crazy.
Your grill is eating itself.
What?
Your grill is eating itself.
Oh shit. Damn it. I'm glad the jump isn't any bigger. That's pretty rowdy, and it looks like the truck might be leaning now. Oh, we're going full sender this time, boys. We're burning oil bad. Should we hit nitrous for the first time, ladies and gentlemen? I think we should.
I just turned on the nitrous bottle for the first time. We're about to hit nitrous.
Let's split a block! We're gonna hit nitrous, boys and girls. I didn't even take this truck out of gear before I hopped out of it just now.
Hey, get out, get out. Get out.
Why?
It's on fire. Yeah, it's just the spark plugs.
The nitrous didn't make it feel any different.
It must have been because of the mud. You lost traction.
So plug wire was definitely on fire. All my starter wires. The wiring for my starter burned. So we jumped Barbara. For some reason the bumper is hitting the grill when it comes down on a jump. And the nitrous didn't feel like it really did anything, but it made a lot of white smoke. And at high RPMs, it's throwing the power steering belt off. Going up isn't so bad, but it's wondering how fast to go is a little sketchy. And then once you land, the front smacks so hard. And then you like hit your head off the ceiling. It's a good time though. The radio's coming out of the dash a little bit.
Okay, so now for the teardown. So what we're doing is we're taking off the entire front clip, radiator, and then maybe taking the cap off, if we can get that far. Look at the, oh my God.
I don't know why.
That does not seem right.
Pretty sure there should be more bolts than that.
Not a professional. That's not supposed to happen. Dude, he's literally coming apart in my hand right now. Last time I checked, it's not supposed to do that. But I could be wrong.
You want to go underneath the cab and start like clipping whatever zip tied to the bottom of the cab?
Whatever sit tied to the bottom of the cabin?
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
That's for the windshield washer fluid.
Oh.
Where's my snips?
That's good. Well, hold up. Right there.
I feel like the wheels didn't even move.
They made the wheel.
These drive shafts are maxed out for length.
Yeah. They are maxed out.
It's
It's
bad.
ridiculous.
I need to put drive shaft hoops on it. Very good. I need more lift. I guess I can body lift it.
Oh, Jesus. No, okay, Mason. I will say no to you on one bad idea, and it's that one.
Dude, lift is addicting.
But too much lift is ugly.
I feel like we need to do like an hourly.
Hey, give me a, hold on 1 second. Hi, excuse me, sir.
Sorry.
Hold on a second.
Mason, you gonna sell this?
Yes.
Okay, it's been 2 hours, and we've been working on the truck. We've taken off all the front clip, pretty much. And so we've been working for 2 hours, and we've taken off almost the entire front clip and most of the wiring. And Mason cannot, for life of him, we can't figure out how to take off the cab mounts because they're totally rusted in there. We can't take them off. We're just gonna cut them off. We're just gonna cut them off.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Wait.
toast.
Yeah, I shouldn't use that anymore.
Okay, let's go do that. The other two.
Oh, dude.
I'm pulling.
Oh,
wait, no.
toasty right there.
All right, hold on. Just do it quickie.
We got one cab bolt left to cut. And it's a pain in the butt to get to. Eat a lot of that. I might be like half the way through it. Yay, we're through. Let's see if we can jack the thing up. Race radiator.
Okay, so we have pretty much everything torn off the front of the truck. It's pretty much all taken off. We got the fenders, core support, radiator, wiring. We cut off the cab mounts, didn't we?
Yeah, we cut the cab mounts.
Cab mounts are cut off. Now, the one thing I'm really kind of concerned about is that the steering linkage that. Bro, that's about.
We're gonna cut the wiring harness to this thing because it's just a pain in the butt. That's definitely gonna work.
There's still in cords, but I mean, it's working.
That's fine. It's not that heavy, really. We got the cab off of that. Nobody died.
Okay, so it's the next day, and last night you saw us take the cab off Barbara in one of the sketchiest, most genius ways I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know how to describe it, but all I have to say is the only thing that was broken or messed up was the cab corners and the rockers, but the sad thing is it was the rockers that he already redone, so we're gonna have to redo them again. But other than that, at least it came off. Okay, so let's say it's totally torn down and we're ready to start from the ground up again. Let's go from
Clean. Clean and patch the frame. Body lift.
how big?
3 hockey pucks.
Mind you, this truck's already lifted suspension-wise, like, that's the easiest 6-inch lift to have on.
Probably, yeah, 6 inch.
About 6-inch lift.
We ought to do something with the drive shafts.
Yeah,
they're a little short.
They're fully maxed out, like fully. And the exhaust, so if you look at the exhaust, it goes under the front drive shaft and you can see where it's rubbing on the drive shaft. I don't know who made the exhaust.
Jumping may have something to do with
There's
it.
a good possibility.
Lights everywhere. Cab corner rocker. And fix the cab corner I just fixed because I dropped it on that corner last night.
Yeah, so don't use the word it sat on the corner, use the word it dropped on the corner. I guess we'll start doing things now.
Get to work.
Okay, sounds good.
Mom said dinner's ready.
So what we're gonna do now is probably take off all the wiring, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna take the wiring off and then, bed next?
Probably.
Probably bed. We don't really know what we're doing at the moment. I just found out a little while ago they made strawberry on a Palmer. It's amazing. I mean, even Mason likes it. I just want to make a point right now. So me and Mason are like looking at the truck, and there's so many questions we have about the engine and stuff. That's one. Okay, if you're gonna buy a truck that's been built by someone prior to you, you have to be very cautious about what you're looking at because they may have.
Like this engine is supposed to be 355 with a stage 2 cam. I got no proof of that.
Yeah, there's no paperwork or anything.
No. There's a sticker in the window for roller rockers. This does not have roller rockers. I know that because I pulled the valve covers.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure when you do a cam, you're supposed to do different push rods and probably different rockers.
Yeah, if it's a different lift, you need like all kinds of different.
Yeah, and this probably doesn't have any of that.
So yeah, when you buy something that's built by someone before you and you go to rebuild it, be very cautious and don't act like it's built perfectly.
Pretty much assume it to be stock. You good?
I'm good.
I put some transmission fluid in that's supposed to be for a Ford the other day.
This smells like barbecue.
Yeah.
This smells like people. This smell. If you can smell it right now, you would have thought you're at like B-dubs. This smells like oil and barbecue. At the moment, we're taking off the transmission lines because the oil smells like barbecue. That's not the total reason. I'm just taking them off because we gotta get the engine out. And then Mason's taking off the drive shafts because they need to come out to be able to get the engine out and transfer case. So yeah, there's that.
Okay, it's still in there a couple inches. Is the tail shaft bearing shot? No, that feels tight. I dropped the bolt for the kick down cable. Chinese bolts. Oh no, that's my screwdriver tip I lost the other day in it. There it be. Not gonna rust.
I'm looking at the VIN number on the block right now, and I'm gonna look it up because we're pretty sure this is a 355. Well, we're not sure. We were told it's a 355.
Which would have to be a 350 block.
Right, which would mean it have to be a 350 block, board over, was it like 30 over, something like that? I think, yeah, 30 over. So I'm gonna look up this VIN number that we can get to now. We have access. And I'm gonna look up what this engine is. This is the 880 roller block used for 96 up L31 Vortec 350. If original, it should have number 906 or 062 Vortec heads. It will be a 4-inch bore and uses 5.7 rods in stock form. Wait, dude, this is a Vortec engine. It's got center bolt valve covers.
Is that what makes it?
Yeah. Mason right now is strapping our engine up to be pulled out. Hopefully it's gonna work out fine. We have to actually use like a cradle to like bring the engine up because the manifold's on and everything. So we can't like hook it to the manifold. But by the way, we did find out it is for sure a Vortec because the manifold bolts go straight down, and on the Vortec they go straight down, not like at an angle. So we're about ready to pull, right? Yep. We haven't accomplished anything really on the list. But that's because that's for like when we start rebuilding it up.
Yeah. It's just been tear down road.
Right. This episode is just the tear down and bashing the crap out of the truck while jumping it like 4 times in the episode. Not to mention the 3 or 4 different times we did it, not in the episode.
Yeah.
And the other time it caught on fire, not in the episode.
Yeah.
But besides all those crazy things, the splines of the transmission are
Iffy. But we're gonna send them.
yeah, we're just gonna send them.
The bearing is like
It's bad. So the rebuild is definitely a need. But this will be on the next episode. You see this truck. I don't know what the next episode is going to be, but eventually this will be back on. I will say that. And it's going to start to be the rebuild from the ground up again. Bye-bye. I'm not sure if anyone knows yet, if you follow us on Instagram, we have a partnership with Far From Stock. Far From Stock sells merchandise like hats, shirts, stickers, all that good stuff for your truck. They also sell new and used parts for your diesel trucks. They sell wheels, tires, all the good stuff. All the things that's gonna be put on this brand new truck that we just got. It's not brand new, it's an 03. But it's a 6.0 Power Stroke, and God knows it's gonna need a lot of parts for it. I'm sorry, Tyler. But that's our new partnership, so go check them out at the website. It's somewhere here on the screen. Go check them out on Instagram, and yeah,